Hey guys, welcome back to another round of Cyborg Gaming. At this point, I have completed the Arbiter Grounds and gotten my spinner here, used it to collect a couple hearts around the world, and now I am going back to the bar to get our next kind of mission, in which we are going to head over to, I think it's like Snowhead or Snowpeak. Absolutely love that temple. It's going to be a really fun area, but we do need to get there, and with Twilight Princess, it does take a bit of time to get to each temple. Woo! Love that lag when coming in here. But basically what we're going to do is just come over to Telma's bar and talk to the Resistance about what to do next. Once you get that key point on your map, we should be good. So let's go all the way down and roll right through. And right back into the bar. So the Arbiter Ground level is a pretty good kind of measuring point for how the Twilight Princess maps or dungeons work. If you had a hard time with that, expect kind of similar to what's going to be going on in the next couple temples. So let's check. There we go. Always have a hard time checking the map. So you can see all the way up at Zora, and that is where we're going to go next. So as always, I like to just talk to them just in case. Just going to max out a Cursed Mirror. We already have that, and nothing from you. Let's go talk to the bar owner. And yep, Northern Mountain. Perfect. Okay, so now we can get out of here. We should be able to teleport pretty quickly. I don't think we need to run anywhere. So obviously, let me go open this on my map. We now have a giant red mark up in Zoras Domain. So from there, we can now just warp nice and easy. And let's go find that red dot. I do kind of wish what they have here in the next temple, if they brought some of these characters back. There's a lot of things they introduced in Twilight Princess that they don't, at least as far as my knowledge is, they just don't bring those characters back. And I really enjoyed the way they set up Twilight Princess, the way they set up the dungeons, the characters, and all that. Especially with how much like Nintendo reuses characters. I wish they would do it again. Alright, so let's make this exit right over here. So you can see we're getting closer to that red dot. It connects us as we go through, even though there's kind of a blocker. So let's go human form so we don't scare the hell out of her. And now we got all this snowy goodness over at Snowpeak. So, okay, we don't have to really talk to her, it's just cutscene. Dang. Cyborg, creepy, but takes off the mask, and we are good. So I'm going to kind of skip through this as much as possible. And we got the sketch. Red fish from the village. Investigating further. Blah, blah. Okay, so kind of a weird section to go to next, but let's see if we can teleport out of here. And we are going to go back to Kakariko Village, and if you remember in the graveyard where we collect the Zora's armor, that is the next stop. So basically we're going to get a little bit of like specialized bait to collect this fish. As you can talk to other people in the Zora's Domain, show them the image, and they'll basically agree, yeah, that they've seen this, blah blah blah. But just to save time, we don't really have to do that. We can just go straight into the graveyard and then over to where we collect the Zora's armor. So this will just take a sec as we work our way through over here. One thing I do like about Twilight Princess also is being able to just switch between Human Link and Wolf Link. When you care about saving an extra minute and it's a long run, you can just go as Wolf Link. You're just a little bit faster. So let's go through here. Enter. And there should be somebody waiting for us. So let's pull up this sketch. There we go. I don't need the ferry. And this is somebody new for us. Perfect. Youth, thank you. Anything I can ever do for you, please. Let's pull that out. And that did it. The red fish. And now we know what our next step is. The Reekfish in Zora Village. And it's valuable. So we got the Corral Earring to collect the Reekfish. Received it from her mother. Sorry for the brief, kind of short recap. Near mother and child rock and waterfall in the village. So we need to go back to Zoras Domain and let's try to catch that fish. So if you're not good at fishing, recommend going back into one of my previous videos. No, that's not where I want to go. Let's just teleport back over to Zoras Domain. Let's see if we can work from here. Nope, yeah. So let's get out of here. So warp over to Zora's Domain. And let's go be able to collect that fish. Okay, now that we're in Zora's Domain, let's go head down a little bit. So we need to find some rocks in the middle of the water where we can throw the fishing rod to collect the fish. So let's go down. And let's go check out over here. Let's see if this is the perfect place to go catch this Reekfish. So, transfer to human because the Zoras do not care. Perfect. And let's try to aim for it about right there. So press X. And I'll try to kind of make this a little bit faster as, you know, it takes time to go catch fish. So once that goes down, so with this bobbing down, once it kind of goes towards the bottom of the screen, we'll then use the C buttons to go and pull in the fish. And just try to reel them in. So you can see we're getting some traction. There we go. And just kind of rip them left to right. And let's see if we can reel this big guy in. So you can see him at the bottom of the screen. Now at this point he's kind of lost, so we're getting pretty close. Now let's see if we got our fish. So we got a Reekfish. Perfect. So let's go to dog form. And let's sniff that. Yes, let's forget the post scent. And let's go for the Reekfish. And now let's run all the way across to the red dot again. And we are going to use that scent to get to the next area. So don't worry about being in wolf form. It is worth it. You got to do it.